Hello, I'm the 10-minute English teacher. Let's get you exam ready. Today we're revising Lord of the Flies by William Golding with my Ralph revision quiz. This lesson comes with an optional worksheet. All you need to do is click the link in the description if you want to use that as we go through these questions. Otherwise, you can just listen along for fun. Before we get going, don't forget to like and subscribe. There are plenty of things on the channel to help you understand Lord of the Flies like an expert. Okay, let's get going with my Lord of the Flies Ralph quiz. Question number 1. What does Ralph say about adults when he realises they are alone on the island? Does he say A, no grown-ups, or does he say B, they're all dead? Question number 2. Why is Piggy upset with Ralph in chapter 1? Is it because A, he has to stay with the little uns? Is it B, because Ralph has betrayed his trust? Or is it C, that Ralph dismisses his idea to build a sundial? Question number 3. How does Ralph suggest to the boys on the island that they will be rescued? Is it by A, the Air Force, B, the Army, or C, his dad? Question number 4. Ralph eats some meat provided to him by Jack. Like what animal? Does he eat his meat like a wolf for A? Does he eat his meat like a lion for B? Or does he eat his meat C, like a bear? Question number 5. Who convinces Ralph to continue as leader when he begins to doubt himself? Is it A, Simon, or is it B, Piggy? Question number 6. In chapter 7, a game of Kill the Pig takes place with a boy called Robert, who they pretend is the pig. What does Ralph do at this point? Does he A, walk away? Does he B, intervene and tries to stop it? Or does he C, join in? Question number 7. Which of the 3 characters below is not involved in an act of murder? Is it A, Simon? Is it B, Piggy? Or is it C, Ralph? Question number 8. What does Ralph think the motive for the attack at night by Jack's tribe is? What is it that he thinks has motivated them to attack them in the night? Is it A, to intimidate them? Is it B, because they want to steal Piggy's glasses? Or is it C, because he thinks that they've come to steal the conch? Question number 9. What does Ralph suggest they wear when they go to ask for the glasses back from Jack and his tribe? Is it A, nothing? Is it B, their uniforms? Or is it C, paint? Are they meant to be painted exactly as Jack's tribe would be? And question number 10. What does Ralph cry for at the end of the novel? Is it A, that understandable and lawful world? Or is it B, the darkness of man's heart? Okay, we've had our questions now. We'll go through the answers and I'll give you a little bit of extra analysis and thinking as we do. You can make some notes as we go along if you're using my worksheet. Otherwise, just listen along to find out if you've understood these key moments in the novel. Question number 1. What does Ralph say about adults when he realises they're alone on the island? He says no grown-ups because he is quite naive. He's a little bit immature here, and it reflects the idea that he's a bit of an idealist and doesn't really realise the extent of the level of threat and challenge that faces him on this island. So he says no grown-ups. It's Piggy that says they're all dead. This is an island. They're all dead, and nobody don't know we're here. So there's a bit of a difference here, a contrast in response to being on this island. Piggy is the one who is anxious, worried, and quite honestly facing things with a little bit more realism than Ralph, who just says no grown-ups. He thinks that it's going to be all plain sailing, and of course he's very wrong. Question number 2. Why is Piggy upset with Ralph in chapter 1? Well, he does have to stay with the little uns. Simon, Ralph and Jack are going to go and find out if they are truly on an island. They're going to get to the highest point and have a look around and see if they can see civilization. And Piggy is given the responsibility of staying with the little uns. Now, Ralph immediately thinks that's the reason why Piggy's upset. But then Piggy says that it's because Ralph told everybody that his nickname is Piggy when he'd asked him not to. That Ralph understands at that point that he's upset Piggy in that way. So Ralph has betrayed his trust, and we see that Piggy is hurt and crushed by this. Little bit of foreshadowing. Ralph does dismiss the idea to build a sundial, something that might give a little bit of organisation to the tribe and also a link to the world they've left behind. Ralph is dismissive of that, but that comes later in the novel. Question number 3. How does Ralph suggest they'll be rescued? Well, he says that a boat is likely to pass by, and he says it might even be Daddy's ship, and that infantilises Ralph and reflects the idea that he's giving others false hope without realising. He is completely out of his depth at this point and doesn't seem to realise the extent of the danger that all of the boys are in. Question number 4. Ralph eats his meat provided by Jack. Like what animal? So Jack has killed the pig after the the opportunity to be rescued has gone literally sailing by them, and Jack is at that point feeding everyone on the island. That's an act of leadership in itself, and it foreshadows the idea that Jack is going to be wresting power and influence away from Ralph. He does give Ralph some meat, and Ralph eats it like a wolf. Now, wolf's obviously animal. It's got this idea of the descent into savagery being alluded to here. And also wolves have a very, very ordered pack. You've got a dominant alpha male, and then you have the beta, the number 2, and then you've got the omega, the on the very fringes of influence in a wolf pack. So we've got this idea of Ralph being desperate and hungry, but also being perhaps less important in this moment than Jack, that's being alluded to here. Lions are an animal that we associate with power, and bears are something we associate with strength. So there's an element of sort of desperation and social hierarchy that is being alluded to, and those ideas are being elicited by this simile. He eats his meat like a wolf. Who convinces Ralph to continue as leader when he begins to doubt himself? That's Simon, who says, "You go on being chief." So Simon is a supportive and kindly character who gives Ralph gentle encouragement when he's doubting himself. In chapter 7, Game of Kill the Pig takes place, and with a boy called Robert. What does Ralph do? He joins in, and it says that the desire to squeeze and hurt was overmastering. So even Ralph, who is the hero of our novel, is somebody who is not outside of the influence of savagery and violence, and we see this moment here where he's influenced by the others and is also involved in harming Robert. So all of the characters in this text have the capacity for evil, and we see that in Ralph at this point. Which character is not involved in an act of murder? It's Simon, because he is the character who is murdered. And in that moment, Piggy and Ralph are both involved. The moment where Simon dies, Golding writes, "There were no words and no movement, but the tearing of teeth and claws." And all of the key characters are involved in that moment of madness where Simon is killed. Question number 8. What does Ralph think the motive for the attack at night by Jack's tribe is? Is it A, to intimidate, B, to take Piggy's glasses, or C, to take the conch? Now, Ralph is an idealistic, naive, perhaps metaphorically blind character who just doesn't understand what motivates others or the danger that his tribe and all the boys are in. He thinks that the reason that Jack has come to attack is to take the conch. He cannot understand the fact that Jack actually doesn't care about the rules or order or democracy or fairness at this point, and he's convinced that it's the conch that they've come for, and he's desperate to hold on to that and make sure it's safe and secure. But of course they're only interested in Piggy's glasses, because that means that they have the power to light fires. Question number 9. What does Ralph suggest they wear when they go to ask for the glasses back? Well, when they go, there will be nudity and face paint, so they decide to go conversely in their school uniforms. And of course, we know that that is something that is not going to lead to the success that he hopes for. Question number 10. What does Ralph cry for at the end of the novel? Well, that understandable and lawful world has slipped away from Ralph earlier. He's seen that slip through his fingertips. So you could argue that it's actually the darkness of man's heart that this novel is about. Okay, check out the other videos on my channel. I'll continue to add content. Feel free to ask something you'd like to see me cover in the comments section. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share, and keep revising.